Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is the first day of the month of Julius, and it is a Tears Day, and the moon is having its first quarter, so it's a quarter moon waxing. So it is also Canada Day. Hooray! But anyway, let's see what message wants to come through today. Doopy-doo. Using, as always, not always, we won't always do this, but using at the moment the Elder Futhark on birch wood. So let's see what message wants to come through today. Did you hear how my sound was a little bit muffled yesterday? Do you want to know why that was? Because I put the microphone on backwards. Because I'm that special. It's okay. We worked it out. We figured it out. We're like, oh, well, you can still hear me. That's the main thing. I'm actually going to bring this up a little, and then I'm going to add one up on the bottom and on the top, because that's what we tend to like to do on these daily readings. Or at least these little readings. The little videos I tend to like to do, because it ends up happening anyway, if I don't do it. So it's all good. Right, so this message is coming through today. This is the message that wants to come through today for whoever this message is for, and for whenever you find this video. So let's see. Central issue today is represented by Uruz. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health and resistance and stubbornness. I'm just trying to get a good picture of all of them. I think it's just slightly odd angle. Anyway, so you are sort of digging in at this point. I think you're digging in, and you're actually being a little bit stubborn to move forward with a thing, quite possibly. Leading up to this, we have Avaz reversed. Avaz is the rune of the horse. This has to do with movement and spirit, and basically you're not. You have this, it's upside down, it's reversed. You're not moving forward the way that perhaps you would like to. Maybe you were stopped in your tracks, or maybe you decided to stop in your tracks, but this is like a kind of thing where you're like, nope, gonna stop, gonna not do that. There may have been like reasons. I'm trying to see in the rest of the reading, I'm trying to read ahead and see why this might have happened. I'm also fiddling with this to get this a really good picture. Okay. Between the foxes. So right now you're digging in, you're standing strong, and you're being very, very, grounded and strong, and being very resistant to something, that you actually stopped because of, probably. Like this was like a That's my little brakes sound. And you've been galloping internally. You've been letting your spirit carry you internally, I think, trying to work this out. And what you've basically decided to do is to dig in and dig in your hooves and be that resistance in this moment. What's going to help you is know your value, know your worth. And we have Fehu, which is the rune of wealth and worth, and also the value of what you're doing. First of all, because this is very important to you, and this is just very important to not only to you, but also for who you feel that you are. And this is the sort of thing that's like, this is extremely important. This is one of my cattle. This is a wealth that I tend, because Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth, but it's cattle. So it's not necessarily money. It's the wealth that, as long as you take care of it, will give your life meaning and worth and wealth. It is upright, so this is a way that you're taking care of the world around you, basically. And what helps you with that is just feeling your part in the world. This is Manas, which is the rune of humanity, and your part in it. You're just feeling that you're doing your part as a human in the human world by doing this, by digging in and resisting this, whatever this is that you're standing up against. It's really powerful. And, I'd really like to see some more about what this is. Why are you standing up against this? Like, why are you bracing? Why are you bracing? Some communication. Somebody's trying to manifest something, or maybe you're trying to manifest whatever it is that you're doing by standing up to this. But anyways, there was some communication, there was some expression, some manifestation that seemed to be happening, and you're standing against it. either like that, either or, and you are doing this to manifest what this is, like to stop this stoppage. And this is the way that you are speaking on this subject. What isn't going to help you is we are worried about happiness, obviously, and we're worried that this may take a long time. So what isn't going to help is we have Vunyo, which is the rune of joy, a very positive rune in a negative spot. So it's a worry about that thing. We are worried about happiness, perpetuating happiness, basically, because this has basically been stopped. You've ground to a halt, and you're like, no, I'm going to put this. I don't know where to put this. I'm not sure where to put this. Maybe I'll put it underneath the urus, because this is why the urus. So, or a meaning behind the urus. So, yeah, you're worried about happiness and things, and worried about your happiness as well, because if you do this, then you're not doing the things, the other things, but this is very important for you. And this is one of the things that's going to contribute to your happiness in the future, hopefully, by doing this. And behind that is what isn't going to help you really is to see this as a really long haul. And I know that in a lot of the resistance things going on, that's a risk. And this is why we have to stagger breathe while we do this, because that's one of the things that the people trying to cause harm are relying on now. They've learned that if they just do it long enough, people get tired, and we can't. So if this is a reading about resistance against the things that are generally known to need resistance against, that's basically really important. So if you feel like this is going to be really, really long and you're going to get tired, and then you're worried about your happiness, that's, that can drag you down from your purpose. So, because you're thinking, it's like, I'm not moving forward, but I'm digging in. And so these are both, the antidotes to these are both up here. So first of all, you're worried about, what about, my happiness? What about happiness? Will there be happiness again? Well, this is why we're doing it, because this is so worthy, and it's worth it, and there is great value in it. And this is one of the cattle that you're tending, where it's, as long as you take care of it, then it will give your life meaning and worth. So it would be difficult to have happiness without doing this. The antidote to feeling like it's going to take a long time, it's Ayvaz, which is the yew tree. It's, patience, slow growth, slow development, taking things step by step, long road feeling, which is these are both worries about these things. So worries about the long road, worries about happiness. The long road is antidoted by Manas, which is the rune of humanity and your part in it. Yes, it is quite possibly. However, this is your note in the song. This is your part to play. And this is going to give you a greater sense of belonging in the human world. So this is extremely important. And this is something that if you're doing this, remember the value of it, and remember that this is your note in the song. This is going to help you when you embrace this part of it, not only to do the thing, but to overcome what may drag you down, which is like, I'd rather, be eating chips. You could probably still eat chips. Anyway, what this is all going to lead you to is we have Pertho reversed. Pertho's the rune of the lot box. This has to do with surprises and fate. Whatever's in the lot box was already in the lot box, so it's a surprise when it opens to the people around it, but it was always happening, like it was always the case. So it's not that it shouldn't have been a surprise, but it's like, this was already going on. And reversed, it refers to inner. So when you reverse, like when you get the lot box in reverse, this generally says, this is how you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to find out something about yourself that you didn't realize was the case before. Why is this over like that? There, make it prettier. So that's one of the reads on Pertho reversed for our outcome rune. However, it may also reveal something by standing up to it in this case. It also may reveal something that had been hidden that was not very nice at all. And that's important to be revealed because it hadn't been and it needed to be, because if it wasn't, then things just go on and everybody doesn't see it. But by standing up in this moment, by digging in and resisting and, doing all these things that you need to be doing and realizing how worthy this is that you're doing it, ultimately, you're not the one that's going to get tired. The thing that's trying to cause harm is going to get tired, and it's going to let its mask slip. And that's going to be a big revelation, and everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, that's awful and terrifying, and oh my gosh, that was the case all along, and it will be the reveal that we need to move forward, to continue with that. So both learning about yourself from this experience, but also revealing what needed to be revealed. And yeah, then everything's going to grind to a halt, and people are going to say, sorry, Isa, rune of ice, stand still, and the stillness through which clarity comes. It's going to be very, very clear to everybody, and there's going to be a great moment of, oh, we definitely need to pay attention to this and stop what's happening. My goodness, I did not intend today's reading to be a great resistance thing, but there it is. It was that. So good for whoever needed to hear this. And for whenever you find this video, that is the message that wanted to come through. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. And if you're in Canada, happy Canada Day. Take care till next time. Bye.